Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Please hit like if you would for me. And if you have not done so, please hit subscribe. Really good for the channel. It helps us get the word out. So I appreciate it very much if you would do that. As usual, if you would, I would suggest using the closed caption feature on your device. Throat cancer has left me with a voice that can be difficult to understand. So hopefully the closed caption will help you follow along. Okay, so what happens when a Renaissance man decides to step up? Come out of the closet, if you will, right? So you're going to step up and be a Renaissance man. What happens? Okay, so I thought I would start by discussing my personal journey. And let me say up front that my age helps make all this easier and simple, right? Because at 71 years old, I no longer care very much about what most people think of me. I don't care. A few people matter, a few family members, a few close friends. Their opinion matters to me, but otherwise, I don't care. I don't care. So that helps a lot. You may not be there, but if you get to the point where you can think to yourself, yeah, I don't really care what those people think about me, that really helps a lot. All right, so my journey. So I started by enlisting in the Air Force. So I was a young man. My father had died of a heart attack. My mother was living on Social Security. So college was out of the question. Could not afford college. I grew up in Detroit. My father worked for General Motors, actually, and I could have gotten a job on an assembly line. I was offered that. But that's not really what I wanted for my future, right? Not what I wanted. So I decided, okay, I have a few choices here. Going into the military was my best option at the time. And I decided on the Air Force. My older brother was in the Air Force at the time. That, and I liked the idea of the technical fields that were available to someone like me, as opposed to just carrying a gun, for example, in the Army or the Marines. Though I understand they have tech jobs as well, but for the Air Force, it gave me a wider range of opportunities. So I joined the Air Force. Fortunately, my military career went well. I was, of course, enlisted, but I managed to get promoted on a regular basis and left as a staff sergeant in E5. I had actually gotten a promotion to tech sergeant, but I decided instead of accepting that to go ahead and leave the service after 8 years. It took me about 8 years to get to college, get the education that I wanted, because of course I'm full-time military, so I could only go to school part-time. So it took me about 8 years to get the education that I wanted. So after 8 years, I left the Air Force. And I started working for an aerospace company, and it was great. Did that for a couple of years, but decided that I wanted to start my own business. So I started my own business in 1983, and I continued to be self-employed for the next 30 years, right? So, and that went well. I certainly made a lot more money, I think, being self-employed than I would have if I had worked for someone. And I just enjoyed working for myself and being my own boss, if you will. So, so there. All right. Check my notes, make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. So, somewhere along that line, that journey of time in the military, time owning my own business, I realized that I had what it took to be considered a Renaissance man. I had the education, I had the experience, I had did quite a bit of traveling. So I thought, well, as I looked into what a Renaissance man was and what one needed to be considered a Renaissance man, I thought, okay, I think I'm there. So, I realized I had the 5 characteristics of being a Renaissance man, and so it was, for me, it was a long, lifelong journey to get where I think I needed to be. And I looked around and I saw how other men, younger men, but other men, period, how they behaved, and I was pretty disappointed. I was disappointed in what I saw, lack of manners, and other things that I saw in many young men, and I thought, well, this is, it's not really going well. And then, of course, we had the whole period of toxic masculinity was so awful, and it was just all men were bad, all men were rapists, and I fought against that emotionally, psychologically. I thought it just isn't true, and what a terrible thing to say and do to young men who were trying to get up in the world. So I decided to step up. I decided to claim that I was a Renaissance man. All right, we've talked about this, but you really can't declare yourself a Renaissance man. You really can't tell people, hey, I'm a Renaissance man. Or go on social media and claim to be a Renaissance man, right? It's something that, through your behavior, through your language, through your dress, people will consider you a Renaissance man. Other people will say that of you. That's where you want to be. I take on the mantle now because I'm doing this this podcast, but something I never would have called myself. I have been referred to on occasion as a Renaissance man, and it was always meant as a compliment, of course. So I was happy with that. So I decided to take this on, take on the podcast, take on that mantle. So again, for me, stepping up to being a Renaissance man was a journey. It was almost unnoticed by friends and family because it was a gradual thing. All right, so as a result, I've never received much pushback, but I can see where you might, especially if you decide suddenly that, all right, I'm going to think of myself as a Renaissance man, I'm going to behave that way. And it's a sudden thing, it's not a gradual thing, it's a sudden thing, something you've decided in your mind. In that case, you may very well get some pushback, and I just want to warn you about that. You might hear things like, well, who do you think you are? Or, do you think you're better than us? Well, of course, that old dead-end job was good for your father. It's good enough for him. Why isn't it good enough for you? Oh, awful, right? Awful things to say to somebody, but you might hear things like that. They might even call you names. I don't know. But listen, you gotta just let that go. You got naysayers, you have to let it just roll off your sleeve, right? Don't let it impact you. Keep that positive shell about yourself. So those people that doubt you, it's nothing to them. That bounces right off because you know that what you're doing is good for yourself. And it's going to make you a better man. So that's really what counts, right? All right, so ignore the naysayers. So whether you're ending your journey, become a Renaissance man, or you're starting your journey, do not stop. All right, again, if you're an older gentleman like myself, it's something you worked all your life to get here, gradual thing, that's great. But listen, if you're a young man and you want to do this, do it. Just make the leap, do it. Consider yourself a Renaissance man. Say to yourself every day, look in the mirror, you're a Renaissance man. And you work on those 5 characteristics we always talk about. And again, make you a better person. The people around you will be better for it. Your life will be better for it. So I promise you that you will not regret this journey. Okay? Sorry, mouth gets so dry, excuse me. I would like to thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it very much. Appreciate my viewers and people who have subscribed. I enjoy doing this. I hope to keep doing it for a lot longer. Again, support the channel. Hit like, subscribe. We need more subscribers. And if you're interested, I'm an author. I've written quite a few books, but the latest books that are on the market that I'd like to promote are science fantasy books. Sword and sorcery. Think Lord of the Rings. Right? So I have The Eyes of the Wizard King. This book is available on Amazon. It's been out for a while, but it's still available on Amazon. The follow-up to that book, Eyes of the Wizard King, A Balance in All Things, is book 2 in the series, and it's also available on Amazon. This one's also available on Audible. The third book in the series, the trilogy, has been written, and it's being edited as we speak. So hopefully within a few weeks I'll be able to give you a target date for that. But I love reading science fantasy. I love writing it. For me, it helps me escape from my everyday work and family issues. Just gives me a chance to relax my mind. So hopefully I will do that for you as well. All right. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it very much. God bless.